Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to make a quick video and show you kind of my process for after a match, or if you've dropped your magazines after training or whatever. If you drop your magazines, which I do suggest you actually do. For years I went shooting, kind of flat-footed shooting on the range, at distance, slow pace shooting, and I really didn't learn how to shoot until I started actually doing drills, shooting competitions. So I do suggest that you actually drop your magazines like you would in a real gunfight to train your mind on how to do that. Even if you just want to do it over a blanket outside and you're like, I don't want to scratch my magazines, that's fine. But I do suggest that you drop your magazines when you're training and you get used to dropping your magazines, doing reloads, changing. Now, I will say a lot of you do not carry an extra magazine when you conceal carry, but I do think it's a good part of your training, especially if you're in environments where there may be more than one threat. So you may have to do these kind of things. Or you're protecting multiple people from multiple other people. If you're in a situation where you might be having to do that, like church security, I would suggest you learning how to do this kind of stuff. So drop your magazines or you can go and compete, guys. I mean, I think it's very good for you to learn the fundamentals of shooting and learn how to shoot faster and under more stress when we go and compete in gun competitions. But this is how I clean my magazines. It's pretty basic. If you do drop your magazines several times, you do need to clean them, especially certain types of magazines. I'm not going to show you how to disassemble every magazine. Most of them are pretty simple, like the one I'm fixing to show you. But I just want to show you real quickly what I do. Most of the time, before I even put them up in my range bag, I will wipe off the outside of the magazine. Now, this one has been cleaned, but I'm just going to show you how I clean it when I get home or whatever. So I will take the magazine apart, and however, whatever tools you need to do that, I will take the magazine apart. So there's your magazine apart, and maybe check the spring and make sure everything looks good on the spring. I usually will clean the surface of the follower up here. I will clean it off when I can, or if it needs it. You don't have to, but I suggest you do that because you will have buildup on the follower. So clean that off some. And like I said, inspect the spring, make sure it looks good. There's no cracks or kinks in the spring at all. Check your base pads, just make sure they look good. Of course, if you're dropping them quite often, you will have nicks and stuff. This one is one of my last mag changes, so it don't get dropped as much as the one that gets dropped more often. The first mag that I usually put in the gun gets dropped quite a bit more. So when you drop them a lot, you'll notice there'll be dust and dirt and debris that gets up in here. It won't be a lot usually because most of your mag is closed off, but some will work its way through the holes and through these cutouts and through the top. So when you drop it, a lot of the dirt will get in the top and it'll work its way down into the magazine. So that's what we want to take care of. You can get brushes like these at Harbor Freight or different gun companies that you buy online or whatever. This is just a generic kind of tube brush, is all it is. I think this is maybe a 1 1/4 inch diameter or 1 inch diameter. I'm not sure. Can't really tell you exactly what it is, but I bought a multi-pack of these, and this one I find works really well. So what I'll do, if you got like red clay or something dried up in here that might be stuck to the insides, I like to run this thing through it. So I'll just do it to where it runs to the front several times. And the good thing about this plastic brush is that it can't really damage anything. So just run it from the front and the back several times, and once you feel like it's pretty clean, you can inspect it, kind of look at it, make sure there's no debris still in there. And then what I like to do is actually take a rag and I'll push it in here like this. I'll take some kind of rod. It doesn't really matter what. You could take a Phillips or flathead screwdriver and do this, but I just run it to where the rag goes all the way up. That's going to take any of your micro dust or dirt out of them inside, and repeat that about 2 or 3 times, and that should really help make sure the middle and the inside of the magazine is clean. So just wipe it off. If you want to spray, I wouldn't suggest putting a lot of oil in these magazines. They probably run better without much. But if you wanted to spray something like rim oil, something cheap that would kind of protect it from corrosion and make it move a little bit better on the inside and keep the spring lubricated a little bit. If you want to just do one quick spray on the inside of it, I don't think it'll hurt anything. But I don't suggest oiling your magazines a whole lot, especially the well-made magazine is made to kind of stay, you know, smooth the way it's polished and stuff on the inside. It shouldn't be no problem. But you can take a spray and spray it in there. Sometimes I will do that if it looks really dry or it was really dusty before. I'll take and do that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And then you will go on to reassemble the magazine, and you have yourself a clean magazine. So this is just part of your normal maintenance on any kind of gun that you actually practice with and use, and I think it's very important. But like I said, everything that you're seeing here to do this, you can get for well under $10, so not a big deal at all. I say a lot of times, you know, the different kinds of supplies and cleaning supplies that you can buy for guns is very expensive. But if you use your brain, you really think about it, there's a lot of things that you can use that's cheaper. That, like, this is not made for guns, but you can use it. This is just a regular cleaning washcloth microfiber that you can buy. I think this is Harbor Freight too. This is just a gun cleaning rod that came out of one of my guns packages for cleaning, so I can use it just to push that rag up in there, and I don't really have to worry about it being rounded off. Don't have to worry about it, especially if it's in the middle of the rag, about scratching anything in there. But it's also rigid and strong. But you could use a screwdriver as well, or something like that, or a wooden dowel if you want to. If you don't want to scratch it, use a wooden dowel or something like that. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good day, and I hope this helps you in some way or form. Not many people talk about cleaning magazines, and although it's very basic and common sense, it's also kind of cool to see what people can do on a budget and how they do it. So I hope this helps. Please ask any questions below, comments. Please like and subscribe. That's what helps the channel more than anything. And we'll be making more content soon, so keep your eyes on the channel. God bless. Bye.